Hey everybody, in my kitchen today, not the studio, going to be going over some of the staples that I keep in my house for a diet that is rich in protein, rich in fiber, rich in micronutrients, that has a little bit of fun in there, stuff that I enjoy, that I keep in the house most of the year, regardless of the season, that I think if you were to just copy this, write it down, grab it and run to your local Costco, you'd be good to go. This will help you with weight loss, with muscle growth, with feeling better, with just generally eating more whole foods. We'll start in the freezer, my favorite section. I'll pull things out kind of one at a time and we'll work through what I have. The first thing that I keep in here, I actually really like these. And these aren't from Costco, these are from Trader Joe's. These are frozen microwavable rice packs. So these can be cooked in the microwave in about 3 minutes. Each one makes about 2 cups of rice. And I really like this if I need a quick carbohydrate to add to a meal pre or post workout. I have a giant rice cooker and like a 25-pound bag of jasmine rice. So I try to keep these in the house in brown rice. Great source of fiber, great source of simple carbohydrates. Another quick snack that I keep around that has protein, my wife really likes these. Again, we serve these up with rice often. You just cook these again in the microwave. It's a steam edamame soybean in the pod. Macros are really good. You have 4 fat, 10 protein, and 4 fiber. So you have just as much fat as you do fiber in these guys. These pair really nice with the brown rice. Those are things that we like to keep around all the time as sides. Now, lots of different protein options in here. These are just some chicken nuggets. This is Costco's iteration of a very popular product that they keep in stock, but they're lightly breaded, chicken breast meat, 16 grams of protein per serving. So for 160 calories, you're getting 16 grams of protein, which is it follows tightly that 10-to-1 rule. 1 gram of protein for every 10 calories. You also only get 9 carbs and 6 fat per serving here. So you can have a couple servings of these and it's a lot healthier than the average chicken nugget. Another protein source that we keep around a lot is tilapia. My wife loves tilapia. Tilapia is about as lean a protein source as you can get. And as far as fish goes, it's really affordable. There tends to be about 10 servings in this single container. So you're getting 10 4-ounce fillets. Actually, it's 12 4-ounce fillets of tilapia with 21 grams of protein a piece. So this is pretty darn good. You're not gonna find a much leaner protein that you can just keep around. Now, another one that I love is just any frozen salmon. I'm not a huge like wild caught versus farm raised. I do think wild caught salmon tends to be a little better. It has a better omega-3 profile, better nutrient profile. These were actually cheaper than the farm fillets when I went to Costco last. And what you're getting here per serving, you get 8 fillets in a bag, 37 grams of protein each, 8 grams of fat, and all 8 of those grams are omega-3 rich fat. So something cool about eating salmon that a lot of people don't know, if you're eating this 2 to 3 times a week, you probably have no reason at all to supplement with fish oil or omega-3s. This on its own is going to contribute enough omega-3 to the diet that you can probably skip that supplement. But because a lot of the cold water fatty fish is really expensive, maybe you're not in a position where you can eat this that many times in a week, just sticking with once a week and adding an omega-3 supplement in on the rest of the days can be a really good way to make sure you're getting enough omega-3s. Now this is a new one that I found kind of interesting. This is barramundi. I think it's a type of sea bass. Now there's 650 omega-3s per serving, which I thought was pretty darn cool because there's only 1.5 grams of fat for 21 grams of protein. So of that 1.5 grams of fat, 650 milligrams, or right around half, close to half, comes from omega-3. And that's obviously nowhere near as good as the salmon, but this is an option compared to tilapia that is actually going to yield a little bit more of those omega-3s. So excited to try this out. They call it a succulent white fish that keeps you and the planet going strong. I get that's marketing for you. The better fish, barramundi sea bass. Another one that I keep around is shrimp. These are great because they're already peeled and deveined, meaning they've like pulled out the shit canal that runs along the top of shrimp. That makes it kind of annoying. You can cook these really easily in the air fryer. You can saute them. Again, only a half a gram of fat for 22 grams of protein. So this, not only does this follow the 10-to-1 rule, this is literally like a frickin' 20-to-1 rule. Or this is 22 grams of protein for 90 calories. So you can get about 25 grams of protein in 100 calories or so. So this is like the 1 to 2.5 rule. This is amazingly high protein, very low in total calories. If you can handle shellfish, I find Costco has a great deal on their shrimp, and I'm a huge fan of having these around. I keep a lot of my protein stored in this way. Let's go to two other staples that I have. Okay, this is an organic blueberry. I don't think it has to be organic. This is an organic sweet cherry. I don't think it has to be organic, but Costco does a great job of stocking a lot of USDA organic products, and they're priced so competitively. I don't mind paying extra for the organic. What I love about these cherries, they're huge. They're like the size of an olive, and they are very sweet. They make an awesome side. You can literally eat them just the way they are right out of the bag. They don't get as hard as these blueberries, but what I have these around for are smoothies. I make smoothies with these every morning. For me and my wife, I use about a half a cup of each. That way we get some dark red coloration and polyphenols, as well as some dark blue coloration and polyphenols. And I think one of the simplest things you can do when you're at the store trying to choose fruits is try to choose fruits that are broad spectrum in color. So, for example, you have bananas, which are yellow, and they have their own nutrient profile. Citrus that is in that same kind of spectrum, oranges and yellows, they have their own unique kind of nutrient profile. You have fruits like tomato, actually a fruit that has that red lycopene polyphenol in it. That contributes some unique benefits. And then of course blueberries, which are blue and have anthocyanin in them. That is a unique blue polyphenol that is specific to this fruit and has benefits. And these cherries are like a deep red, almost purple. And so when you're making a choice about what fruits do I want to buy and bring into the home, I recommend diversifying across multiple colors. You can do fresh, you can do frozen. All of them are great. The key thing is like, let's go out of our way to eat some more fruit. I keep these English muffins in here. I really like these in the morning. I buy these in bulk, so there's always some in the freezer. This probably not the healthiest thing you've ever seen, but I have this for when my niece and nephew come over. It's a little orange chicken, like kind of like a Panda Express knockoff, if you will. Very similar macros, but at least it has some protein, and they can eat it with jasmine rice. So I always keep something like that around for them. And these I've actually really enjoyed. These are a sweet potato fry that I think makes for a really nice carbohydrate source for dinner. If I'm sick of rice, or I'm sick of, kind of those more basic like carbohydrates that I have. These are just a little bit of sliced sweet potato, salt, oil, paprika, and they go right in the air fryer and they come out tasting really good. And yes, they are a fry. You're probably better off eating potatoes served in a different way, but this is just a quick, easy way for me to increase my exposure to more micronutrient density. And if I want something that is a little less healthy, like a fry, I'm not gonna pay as much for it. Let's move over here to kind of my small pantry and my fruit stash. So I always keep bananas on hand because they're easy to grab and go. I keep a couple apples out of the refrigerator. Most of the time I keep my apples in the refrigerator. This is a Honeycrisp. This is my favorite apple. I would argue that this is the best apple. And I would argue pretty vehemently that this is the best apple. Red and Delicious, Gala, Granny Smith, Fuji, they're whatever. The Honeycrisp has the texture, it has the sweetness, it has the tart. It is the apex, the alpha, the omega of the apples. Now, the oranges that I keep around really fluctuate. I like those Sumo Citrus, but this is a Cara Cara orange, okay? So these are really good. It's either these, navel oranges, clementines, or those Sumo citrus. But these Cara Cara oranges are good. They remind me a little bit of a blood orange, super tasty, but another fruit that I can keep in the rotation. Lemon, I have in the backyard a nice lemon tree. It doesn't yield enough lemons for me to be good all year round, but my wife and I cook with a lot of lemon, either from our garden or from my clients who seem to grow lemons like it's going out of style. And then always, 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 we have a lot of avocado on hand. My wife's Mexican. She likes to cook with this, make guacamole, include it with a lot of our protein sources. I love the monounsaturated fats, the creaminess of avocado. So this is kind of my fruit station. And yes, avocados and tomatoes are in fact fruit. I actually don't keep a ton of stuff in my pantry. It's pretty low intensity. I have some enchilada sauce for when I make enchiladas, canned chicken or canned tuna in this case for just quick protein. There are a couple meat products that I like here. This is a really actually great jerky. It's only 1.5 fat, 0 carb, 13 grams of protein. It's literally just beef, salt, brown sugar, onion, and garlic. So this is about as good of a jerky as you can find in terms of its actual like macros. Again, for 70 calories, I'm getting 13 grams of protein. These are called Righteous Felon. I think they're like kind of competing with Chomps, if you will. Also really good macros, only 1 sugar, 9 grams of protein. I like this one more. If I have time, I'll put this in a Ziploc bag. If not, I'll grab one of these because you get exactly 10 grams of protein for 100 calories. So both of these fit in that 10-to-1 rule. These are some of like my go-to high protein snacks. Now, I have some instant oatmeal that my wife likes, some instant noodles to add. One thing we've been using a lot lately are these Mama Chia kind of squeezable snacks because these have over a gram of omega-3 in them, which is a lot. And they have a ton of fiber, especially the good kind of fiber, prebiotic fiber. So I get 3 grams of fiber and over a gram of omega-3s for 70 calories, and I can just grab these, throw them in a lunchbox. My wife really likes them. We also keep these protein bars on hand, another Costco find. Macros aren't very good. I actually just love how these taste. I like these more than some candy bars. And for 200 calories, they probably should be looked at as more of a candy bar. Yes, they do have like 12 grams of protein in them, which is good, but not going to fully adhere to that 10-to-1 rule. So I look at that as like an end of the night snack that just so happens to have protein. Lastly, I always keep a ton of popcorn around. This is like my favorite snack. I like to have it around more than chips because I can pop 1 bag and 1 bag is what I get. But if I bring home a huge bag of chips, I could eat multiple servings and go through a lot more in chips than I typically can in popcorn. That leaves me feeling pretty full. We have this hilarious lemon blueberry loaf that's almost done. This is probably a great example of like the 80-20 rule. You gotta have a lot of good stuff, about 80% good nutrient dense stuff. 20% should be stuff that you enjoy. So stuff like this, stuff like this, stuff like the popcorn. That's fine, because I think in the context of my whole diet, it's pretty good. This is some stuff, this is cajeta. This is basically like Mexican chocolate sauce, but it's not chocolate, it's like caramel-y. And it's definitely in the 20% rule. I have some pasta sauce here and some high fiber, high protein, lower calorie pasta. I got this at Costco. It's a modified wheat starch pasta. It has 16 grams of carbs, 24 grams of fiber. So this is extremely filling, not something you're gonna be able to eat a lot of, fairly good noodle. And then I'm always using these espresso pods. This is how I have my coffee. I just have my coffee black with nothing else in it. And I also drink quite a bit of tea. So these I have in the evening. I really like lemon ginger. I drink a lot of ginger. This is a nighttime tea, and this is a chamomile tea. And these are kind of the 3 that I rotate between. This is like a break in case of emergency if I can't sleep. That's made by Traditional Medicinals, which is local to where I live, but they sell it everywhere now. Chamomile is one that I'll have almost every night. And then this lemon ginger tea, which hilariously says it has probiotics in it, which is like no probiotic on earth could ever actually withstand a boiling water poured on top of it. So whatever bacteria is supposed to be in here to be beneficial, you kill it. But the ginger and the lemon are good. And I really enjoy tea with nothing added to it. I really enjoy coffee with nothing added to it. And you'll see when we get in the fridge, there aren't a lot of beverage calories either. Left side of the fridge is pretty lame. It's just like baking soda, some leftover Taco Bell hot sauces, mustard, apple cider vinegar, etc. One thing I do tend to keep in stock quite a bit is literally chicken stock. I love to use chicken stock to just pour over ground meat. I do keep a good probiotic in the fridge as well. Now I have stock in a can, and I also just have actual stock from having boiled a chicken. Like when you go to Costco, you buy the rotisserie chicken. No need to get rid of the carcass. You can just boil the stock. I have all of my lemons that I don't finish and my avocados that I don't finish. I just let the lemon sit in there uncovered, and I put the pit back in the middle of the avocado, and it will keep it fresh. This is like the ultimate Mexican hack. If you make guacamole, don't get rid of the pit. Put the pit in the middle of the guacamole. If you eat half of a fucking avocado, and you're not gonna come back and you're like, I don't want my avocado to look like a decrepit fucking brown piece of shit. Look at this. When I pull this pit out, yes, some of the outside is oxidized, but look at this. I'm trying to be gentle here, but that is perfect mint condition, green, beautiful avocado. So when you're working off of an avocado and you don't want the whole thing, don't cut it in half, throw the pit out, and then put like half of an avocado back. Keep the pit in the half you still want to eat. I learned that trick from my wife. We always have fresh avocado. I keep a ton of these around. These are diet soda. These are probably not great for you, but in a reasonable amount, I think they're fine. And so I go through like 24 of these over the course of 1 to 2 months. This is ginger ale. It doesn't matter which one it is. I like ones that don't have caffeine so I can enjoy them in the evening. Another thing I keep around for guests is Athletic Brewing. So this is alcohol-free beer. The fridge beeps, so I'm gonna close it. I don't drink. I do have a wine fridge with tons of wine in it. It came with the house. But this is something that my brother-in-law turned me on to. It's a calorie-free beer. He says it tastes really good, so I always keep a couple of these around in the fridge. Always, always, always loaded to the gills with apples. I keep a ton of apples in the house. I already went over the Honey Crisp. I explained to you why that's my favorite. I also have these giant Cosmic Crisp apples, which are fucking GMO if ever I've ever seen it. This apple is on TRT. Or no, wait, this apple's on TRT. This apple's on trend, okay? This is as big and bad and hefty as an apple as you will ever see. This is a first round draft pick apple, okay? These things are huge. I don't know why they call them the Cosmic Crisp, but they are delicious. And again, there's another one of those oranges. So I'm gonna consolidate here as we go back. Okay, another thing that should come as no surprise. I keep a shit ton of eggs in the house. These are just the backup eggs. I'm still working on a whole nother tray of eggs. I really like egg protein. Egg protein is very bioavailable. The yolk in these pasture-raised eggs is really orange. It's rich in choline. It's rich in a lot of different nutrients, a lot of different vitamins. And so yes, while eggs do have a good amount of dietary fat, if you can get these pasture-raised eggs at Costco, you'll get a lot of nutrient density out of that yolk, which isn't to say that a normal egg is bad, but they are just fine. I just like the pasture-raised better. I keep peanut butter in my fridge because this helps me get extra calories in my day if I've fallen behind. I'll add it to smoothies or I'll put it on toasts. I don't look at this as a high source of protein. I look at this as a high source of calories and a high source of deliciousness. It's not a great option for anybody looking to lose weight. If you were, you could try something like PB2, but I literally keep this in the house because it tastes good, because I can add it to things quickly like a sandwich or a smoothie, not because it has protein. I'm only getting 7 grams of protein for 190 calories. So that's pretty bad. I would have to eat 600 calories of peanut butter to get just 20 grams of protein, which is a pretty horrifyingly bad trade. I have this, which I thought was interesting. I'm trying this out. This is new. This is like a dragon fruit ginger juice. It's pretty terrible, I'll be honest. I thought it would be cool because it looks like it would just be purple and amazing, but it's like just watery dragon fruit. Not very good. Probably won't get that again. Another thing I keep around is bee pollen. I like to add this to smoothies. This is literally just dehydrated bee pollen. You can find this at a lot of health food stores. It's kind of like a hippie thing. Very nutrient dense. You see this on like acai bowls or sometimes at health food shops, but there's actually a lot of really good nutrition in here. And if this comes from like local bees, it might even help with your allergies. A lot of people say, oh, use local honey, it helps with your allergies. I find that the bee pollen here locally has a similar effect, but good nutrient density, awesome on top of the smoothie bowl. You can put it on top of a smoothie. You can put it in a smoothie. Actually worth keeping around, and it adds a nice like honey-like flowery taste to a lot of the foods that you might eat. Okay, these are literally just vats of cooked protein. So this right here is just cooked shredded chicken. This right here is just cooked yakisoba beef noodle, or yakisoba noodle with chicken, with broccoli, with carrot. Things that I can mix up very quickly and grab and go. Like these were interesting because I bought these from Costco as these little chicken wraps that you are supposed to wrap in lettuce. The package was huge, so I was able to get multiple meals out of one half of that. There's 200 grams of chicken protein in this. So I cooked half of it, and then when I'm wanting a high protein snack, I literally just go into my crisper, grab some of this lettuce, pull off one leaf, and I microwave that bowl of chicken, warm it up, and I put 2 tablespoons in the middle, eat it as a chicken boat. And that was just an idea I got for the week from just shopping at Costco. Costco has so many high protein entrees now that I get a lot of my inspiration for what I'm gonna eat just from what they have on stock. So that was really nice this week. I quite enjoyed that. I also keep some multi-grain bread in here. I like the Dave's Killer Bread. It does have a little bit of protein. It has about 1/4 gram or 260 milligrams of omega-3s and 5 grams of fiber in one slice. So 5 protein, 5 fiber, 1/4 gram of omega-3. Not a bad way to spend 110 calories. Fairly high quality bread. Another one of those fruits. Again, diversity, diversity, diversity when it comes to your fruits and vegetables. We keep some strawberries in there. I have shredded cabbage, shredded carrots, and I have spinach. So those are my vegetables, and then of course for salsa and other stuff, onions, garlic, all kinds of stuff. My crisper is always full of fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. As far as like condiments go, I'm really big on the hot sauce. We had the cool like Super Mario truff sauce, the super spicy truff sauce, Valentina. I like these because they're fairly low in calories, if not completely low in calories, and they add a ton of food. And then lastly, just to polish it off, is just literal cheese and cheese sticks that make it easy to take things to and from. Okay, the last piece is the supplement cabinet, which is objectively less important, but still quite important. We have my secret stash of hard drugs. Just kidding. This is Claritin. It's allergy season. I have a Thorne multivitamin here. Legion's Fortify, Undenatured Type 2 Collagen, turmeric. This is their joint supplement. I take that daily if I can remember. Triton, omega-3. This is another form of fish oil, so it's a fish oil. I give some of this to my dogs. 2 a day to the big dog, 1 a day to the little dog. 2 a day for me. If I eat salmon that day, I'm not gonna take this. I also have their immune here. This is something I only take if I'm feeling sick. To be honest, I've only taken it once. I have some papaya enzymes in here, great for when you have a super high fat meal, and some vitamin D for the days where I don't get much, if any, sun, especially here in California. Those days are pretty few and far between. For the workout section, I have grape flavored creatine and L-carnitine in one supplement. This is my post-workout. A lot of times I just have it pre-workout. Really like that. A stimulant-free pre-workout. I get a lot of questions from people. Why would you take a stimulant-free pre-workout? What's the fucking point? You don't have any of the stuff in there that gets you jacked up and ready. Fully understand. There is no caffeine in this. However, there is L-citrulline, which can help with blood flow, betaine and beta-alanine, which can help with endurance and buffering fatigue. And there's also other things in here like choline that can help with focus, or alpha GPC, which can really help with focus. So if you want a focused workout that doesn't require you to get super jittery, or like me, you enjoy pre-workout and you like having an espresso here and there, something like a stimulant-free pre-workout might make a really good addition. I've also been playing with this. This is Legion's new pump product. It's called Pump Surge. It has you see how it clumps up like this? This is because there's glycerol in the product. That's pretty common. That's actually the bottom of another jar. But this has a form of arginine known as nitroglycine. It's arginine silicate, so it's a little more stable than traditional arginine. And glycerol, which can help you get a pump by helping you hold on to more water. Been playing with this a little bit. If you want to get like the fattest pump and you respond well to that, that'd probably be good for you. Genesis, this is a greens powder. A lot of times I'll just shake this up with whey in the morning. I've been making more smoothies lately instead of using this, but what I love about this compared to Athletic Greens, AG1, I know exactly what's on the label. It's 18 grams, 5 of it's spirulina, 3 of it's astragalus, 3 of it's reishi mushroom, 1.5 of it's maca, and 1250 of it is dongqi. And I like this for the reishi mushroom. That is like my go-to supplement for immune support. I know that there's not as much research on it as there is other things. That's one I really, really love. And the fact that I get 3 grams in this make it totally worth it, despite the fact that it tastes literally awful. The worst tasting supplement in the cabinet, but I will take it almost every single day. As you can tell, I just have like mountains of whey protein. And another random mushroom. So this is my lion's mane. I literally got this at the healthy grocery store just because I wanted to play with it. This is one of the mushrooms that's often popularized for like cognition, for focus, for peace of mind, call it whatever you want. I like this quite a bit. A little bit goes a long way with that. Sometimes I add it to my pre-workout. And then this, every day, 2 scoops a day, the Vanilla Legion whey, like the best fucking whey protein I've ever had. It doesn't fuck with my stomach. It's 100% whey protein isolate. Having that almost every day. And then I keep my electrolyte sticks, my element sticks here, so I can use them before I work out or before I hop in the sauna. But that's pretty much it, folks. That's what I keep around the house, supplement-wise, food-wise, frozen, pantry, fridge, all of it. Yes, I have the wine fridge, but I really don't use that for much of anything because I don't drink alcohol. But those foods make up the bulk of my diet. I will go out to eat sometimes. I'm not perfect, but it's one of those things where when your environment looks like this, it makes making good decisions a lot easier. If you like this video and want more food-related content, be sure to drop me a comment below what you'd like to see next. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to be notified. What would a notification bell do other than notify you when new videos go live? And again, be sure to hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Catch you on the next video.